Alright, welcome to the video, guys. We're going to be on Lakeville in the Lynx 6x6, and this is going to be a decent game. It's nothing incredible. I think we did like 4,500 combined, maybe close to 5k or something like that. But I wanted to show you the beginning of this one, especially because we had an even 90 on our team, and I just feel like whenever I'm in this vehicle, even if there's just one other light tank, I'd rather just sit in the back and try and do damage. Because the gun is really powerful on this tank, and what I find is, like, you want to try and use the HE of this vehicle. You want to try and use, like, anything you can to do damage at the beginning of the game, especially because you don't really have view range to, help you out in this vehicle. You do have really good concealment. You do have really good mobility, but I just find, especially in the Lynx, man, like compared to the EBR 75 FL10, this thing is just it's kind of a turd compared to that one, right? So it's really fat too. Like, it just doesn't have that armor profile or the look to it that the other EBRs do, and it's much easier for people to hit you. So that's why I just recommend you guys play very passively with this vehicle at the beginning. Even as kind of doing some spotting here, we're leaving the city kind of open, and if I'm out here in, like, where is this, G7 square trying to spot, I just don't feel like I'm going to be very effective for the team, and I might throw away a lot of HP, if not all of it, just trying to make something work there, right? So I'm going to try and get a different angle on this Scorpion as he's still sitting here in this bush, and eventually he starts to move a little bit. Borisk is spotting me here. I would assume it's the Borisk. He's trying to hit me. I'm using my mobility to try and get myself out of this situation, and even from the very back of the map, we're being spotted, right? So that's why I'm just very, very cautious in this thing. I'm trying to poke up on the ridge here and just see if I can get shots, see if I can help the even 90 and even the Forest Spirit over here, because this guy's probably going to be in harm's way very soon. And this is what we're doing, man. Like, even the EBR is trying to run through the city, right? So at this point, I'm like, maybe I can help these guys if I come around the backside of them. So I'm going to push, and then they end up cleaning up these guys, and now I'm going to try and go after the EBR. But then the Karn appears, so what I'm going to do is try and hit this guy in the back of his tank. I'm able to hit him here and pull back. Just watching out for anyone that's going to try and take shots from the mid or whatever. I poke up because I'm assuming the Karn is going to go after the T-37, but he hits me instead. Or rather the T-77, and now the T-77 is getting whacked from people presumably in the mid, like the Borisk or whatever, right? So that's what I didn't want to happen to me. We're able to help out with the Karn a little bit, though, and we're just trying to find something to do that's relatively safe, right? We somehow took 80 damage, I guess, coming down off this cliff. It's really weird sometimes with this vehicle, man. I swear, I just take, like, the most random fall damage when there's wheels on the tank. Like, you gotta be so careful. Oh my god, man. With this vehicle, guys, you gotta be so careful when you jump off things, because it does have suspension, but you have to make sure that the vehicle is completely flat, like, you know, completely upright, because if you jump off even, like, a little 5-foot mound, sometimes the wheels will, like, catch on one side and the whole tank just wants to go like that out of nowhere, and I'm like, that is the stupidest physics I've ever seen, man. Like, it's just really dumb, man. Like, literally, I'm telling you guys, like, the whole tank just goes like that. It's like, what the F is that? And then you end up taking, like, a bunch of fall damage, or you kill yourself. Like, it's happened to me a couple times, and I'm like, dude, this is the dumbest physics ever, man. And I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. So at this point, I'm now using my sixth sense as a tool, right, to figure out where the even is. Okay, the even could be, like, sitting in really any of these areas, but if he's unspotted, even by me, he has to be in this bush, because I'm poking out, and the only thing that I'm exposed to right now, like, is up to here, right? But I just know, like, I'm poking out, I poked out just the smallest part of my tank, he has to be sitting here. Right? If he was sitting here, the Forest Spirit would proxy him. So I know he's here, and you can see as these shells are going in, they're HEs and they're not splashing. You see how there's no splash behind it? Watch one more time. Watch one more time. Unless I kill him on this one. I do kill him on this one, but still, you can see how there's no splash. It goes directly into the tank. So that's what you guys have to pay attention to. We spot the G-Sor in the meantime, but I'm able to eliminate this even, and he's screwed, man, because he knows if he tries to run, he's going to get spotted, right? So I feel for him, but that's just simply, he was too aggressive, and me outplaying him just by using my sixth sense, right? So him spotting me is actually what got him killed. because I was able to determine his position simply by just using the game mechanics and the game knowledge to my advantage. So there you go. We're able to get a shot into the top of the T-28 here. I'm just making sure I'm not lit. And now eventually we're going to advance. Even 90 is way out in front of me. He ends up just going down. Going to try for a shot into this T-103. It bounces. The T-103 actually has surprisingly good armor. The turret's really good. The hull is kind of trollish. Everyone says it's like the Su-100Y. It's not. Okay, it's really not. It's much harder to pen the hull of a T-103 than it is to pen the Su-100Y. However, I do understand what people mean. It's kind of like the Su-100Y. So we're going to take a couple shots here. I'm just praying that I can make it to this location without getting hit. And watch how much air we get here, guys. Look at this. This is the difference, okay, between playing wheelies and playing a tracked tank, is you get this kind of air. Look how high up we are. In fact, this is going to be my thumbnail. Let's do like, I think that's pretty good. I like to put a lot of sky in there. I don't want this tree in the way, though. What do you guys think? Can we free replay camera this? We're going to free replay camera it. Bear with me, guys. This is a perfect thumbnail, man. All right. How about that? Perfect. Okay. So when you play the wheelies, guys, you'll notice like you get a lot of hang time, a lot of air. And look at this, man. EBR is able to pen me with the HE there as I go freaking like 10 feet in the air, right? And luckily we're able to get back down before he hits me again. I'm at 4 HP, guys. 4 HP. And this is with the Lynx on speed mode, flying through here. This is why, and look, okay, I hit the EBR as he comes up and over, and you see what happened when I hit him? The whole tank like does like a double barrel roll. It's like, what is that, man? What are those physics? But he comes up and over. We're able to now fight the Borsk, get an HE shell into the Borsk, but we're at 4 HP, guys. And before we made this play, okay, I still have more than like half my HP, right? Able to hit the Borsk again. Unfortunately, we don't pen. I took 289 from the EBR, 395 from the AMX, and only the AMX hit me up until we got to right here, right? Flew over this little ridge line. So I'm just telling you guys, like, you have to be so careful with your HP, and now I'm stuck here. But my whole point of making this play was to advance and spot the enemy team. We spotted the AMX CDA. We were able to get the EBR into a bind, and he had to press me. We're able to spot the Borsk as well, put a shell into him, and now I think we're in a pretty good situation, right? I can still try and, you know, pull out and take a shot at this Borsk. I just have to be really, really careful on how I do it. There's a kind of a tree in front of me here, so I'm going to try and hit this guy with another HE shell, but he's looking right at me, and it's just tricky, man. Like, you got to be really, really careful how you do this. But there's a tree right here, so I can actually kind of poke up a little bit, and he shouldn't light me with the way the foliage is. If you can see that, see how it's giving me some camo. If I were to pull up, you know, so I can do that and spot him, and he's behind a dead tank. That's part of the problem. He's behind his enemy T-28, so is what it is, man. But at this point, the rest of the team needs to step up. Like, I've made a very, very aggressive play. We're at 1328 damage and 1958 spotting. I've made a very aggressive play, and I feel like I've really helped out this team a lot. We have 2 kills, and now the team just needs to kind of do their thing, man. We need to wait for people with some armor to push up. I know these guys probably don't have a lot of HP, but they do have armor. The Scorpion's a big gun. He has full HP. Like, we just need these people to push up, man. The Ferdinand, IS-6, and T-28 are all over here. T-28 has full HP. He has armor. Like, we just need people to push up, man, that can kind of do something. Now, you would think the CDA would start getting shots at the Scorpion. He gets lit here. So now he gets lit, and that's helpful because now these guys can see where he is and they can push in, right? And that's what you need to do, man. You just need to, it's like strength in numbers, right, guys? So he goes down, and now we're just going to go after the WZ. I get some spotting damage from him. We're going to come around the WZ, come flying up over the little ridge line here or whatever, the hill. Looking for a shot into this guy. I forgot I had the HE loaded, but I'm going to hit him in the track. I get the track assist, 32 damage, hip hip hooray, and that's the game, guys. So we got our thumbnail when we were like 10 feet in the air. 1360 damage, 2270, 2227 assist, 2 spots. How many kills? 2 kills. And that's the game. I told you guys at the beginning it wasn't anything spectacular. It was a first-class game, though. 2260 damage, 2227 after everything was counted. So, what, like 4,500 combined or so, something like that. 1149 experience. And I thought it was a really good game to show you guys, but just another example of why you have to be so careful with your HP, right? And just be really careful with how you operate this vehicle, because I swear, man, like you hit these little hills, these little bumps, and the tank will want to flail around like all kinds of different ways. When you turn off the speed mode too, the tank like does this really weird, like it just turns so fast, man. It's just the weirdest tank to play, man. If you're used to playing tracked vehicles, you really have to like drive slowly in these things at first until you fully understand what's going to happen when you are hitting the WASD keys in each mode, right? Like it's just really, the tank just moves quite inconsistently, especially on weird terrain where there's like a bunch of elevation issues or like bumps. Like it's just weird, man. It's just weird the way the tank drives. And that's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Here's a quick look at the detailed report. I will catch you guys for the next one. Take care of yourselves until then. Bye-bye now.